Sometimes the reason things feel unbearably heavy is because we were never designed to carry it alone. Hello, my friends. I'm really glad you're here. If you're a steady listener, welcome back. And if this is your first time joining me, I'm especially glad you found your way here. I'm Lucy Ann, and in this space, we slow the rhythm of our day and we have honest conversations about what's happening in our real life and how our faith meets us right in the middle of our everyday experiences. There's no pressure here, there's no pretending, just genuine conversation. So if you can, pull up a chair, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and let's ease into today's conversation. Today, we're talking about something that many women carry without even realizing it. It isn't always obvious on the outside. Honestly, most of the time, it sits beneath the surface. It's the weight of trying to hold everything together, trying to anticipate problems before they happen, trying to manage how situations will unfold, trying to make sure that everyone else's needs are met. After a while, carrying that kind of weight consistently, it becomes part of who you are. It shapes how you show up in your everyday life. And it actually begins to feel normal. Of course, you're the one who keeps things steady. You're the one who sees problems coming. You're the one who quietly carries more than anyone realizes. And for a long time, that was the way I used to live too. Looking back now, I can see that I was living in a constant state of alert. My mind, it was always scanning ahead. What if I made this decision? What will happen next? If I say this, how are they going to respond? And if I step into what I feel God is asking of me, what will that mean for those around me? This was a constant posture for me. And before long, I noticed that my joy was slowly slipping away. I was losing myself under the weight of all the responsibilities that I was carrying and all of the things that I was doing. One day, I found myself wondering, how much longer could I sustain this? There came a moment when I had to face something very honest about myself. I had to admit to myself that I had been carrying responsibilities that were never meant to belong to me. And if I kept holding them tightly, the weight was only going to keep wearing me down. I also had to admit this. It was fear that had been keeping me there. Fear of what might happen if I let go, if I step back, fear of how things might unfold without me in the mix. And it was because of that fear that I stayed in that posture longer than I should have. But over time, something stronger than fear began to grow inside of me. It was trust. Trust in God's leadership. Trust that He was capable of carrying what I had been trying to manage on my own. And when that realization finally landed in my heart, something inside me began to change. Think about it. Jesus spoke directly to this issue. He said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That scripture right there, it became the scripture that grounded me. The simple reality is this: sometimes the reason things feel unbearably heavy is because we were never designed to carry it alone. Now, just because I realized this was happening, it didn't mean my life suddenly became simple. In some ways, things actually became more complicated in the natural as I was learning how to navigate this new posture. I was still surrounded by all the circumstances. They didn't magically disappear. People still had reactions, but something very important shifted. I stopped trying to carry the outcome of it all. Instead of trying to manage every possible result, I began trusting God to lead the process. And surprisingly, that single intentional shift, it drew me closer to God than I had ever been before, because I uncovered this amazing truth. When you stop trying to hold your whole world together, you finally make room to walk closely with the one who actually can. So today, I want to leave you with this simple question. Is there something in your life right now that feels heavier than it should? Make no mistake, I'm not talking about the responsibilities that are truly yours. Hold on to those, but rather the pressure of holding everything for everyone and every situation in your own hands, along with the pressure of predicting future outcomes. If that weight feels familiar, understand this: you are not alone. But perhaps today's conversation may be an invitation to place that burden back into the hands of the one who was always meant to carry it. Because the truth is, we were never designed to carry it all. You and I were designed to walk with God through it all. And when we finally place the weight back where it belongs, something inside us begins to breathe again. And it's in that space where we allow ourselves the opportunity to live every day in our created greatness. And today, I will leave you with that thought and let this conversation rest here. If you desire a place to keep having conversations like this, slow, honest, and grounded, join me here each week. And if you ever feel led to explore this work more deeply, there's a link in the show notes where you can connect with me. It's there when it feels right for you. Now, as you go, remember this: you are chosen, you are loved, you are amazing by design.